Hey, welcome back to the Rusty Dusty Picker channel here on YouTube. Um, on to the next victim, as we say. We're going to do something here with this Montauk lighthouse deal. Sort of a ceramic or porcelain situation we have going on with cork on the back. It's got a seal on it here, kind of illegible. A little bit of peeling here of the cork. Sorry, you're out of frame. But we'll do something with this. It's about 6 or 7 inches in diameter. It desperately needs cleaning. It's got a price on it. I guess they were looking for $14 at some point. Somebody was. They didn't get that. They got $1. They got $1 from me for it. So let me see what I can't do to clean it up and get it ready to go. All right, not too bad. Not a bad looking little piece. It has the Montauk Lighthouse, the outbuildings, the caretakers, the caretaker's residence, and such. It says Montauk Historical Society, 1987, and this is a rendition, I guess, memorializing the lighthouse as it stood in 1910. Anyway, let me gather some stuff together and figure out what to do with this bad boy. Okay, so I pulled a rough-looking piece of driftwood that I've had for quite some time. It was a very long plank that I probably a piece of somebody's deck that came off during one of the hurricanes, likely Sandy, that ended up in the reeds and the dunes. But anyway, what I'm going to do with this, I mean, you can see there's a lot of character to that, which I'm going to hopefully expose more of. I'll just do a light sanding, just round the edges a little bit, expose a border here, and to that we can simply add this lighthouse piece. I'm going to call it porcelain. That's what I'm assuming it is, but if it isn't, it is, whatever. So, and I think I'm just going to put this might be the simplest and shortest video ever. I'm just going to put the end, and that might be the end. Just keep it simple. Of course, Montauk is at the end of Long Island, and that's what you'll see a lot of their, I don't know, T-shirts and hats and bumper stickers and stuff will say the end in terms of Montauk, or MTK as they initialize it. Anyway, let me get to work on this piece of wood, and we'll check back in with you. Cool, so that went pretty well. I hope you can see the difference in the in this piece of driftwood already. You can just see just the sanding on the edges, and the board itself brings out, you know, a lot more of the character. Got rid of a lot of the junk. I cleaned it up nicely too, front and back. So, you know, what we're going to do, like I said, is we're going to position that there. And it's simply going to say the end. I don't think I'm going to get too frisky with this. So let me find the proper size stencil and font that will look good with this thing, and we'll kick this right off. All right, so I found a stencil that's going to work for us fine. We're not going with tremendously large letters. We're going with a smaller letter, centered, and we can position them here very simply stated. Kind of a little bit like Montauk, actually, not to get too, I don't even know what the word is, sappy. It's an interesting location. So there's the T. So these stencils are not, you can't you can't see through them, so you have to kind of pay attention and get the spacing right, which ain't easy, frankly. But you hope to get lucky. All right. Let's see here. I think we're good there. Almost lost you again. All right. So it's a balmy 52 degrees today in the shop, so sniffling and clearing of the throat is on prominent display as usual. But it might be might hit 70 tomorrow, so almost the time where I can complain that it's too hot. And I welcome that. All right. Let's get an N in here. Take a peek, see if we're anywhere close. We're close. I think. This is intimidating for a lot of people, is screwing up the letters. And number one, as I say, is you got to make sure that you have the right amount of paint on the brush. And number two is you just have to, if you need to take it, you know, an extra minute even to get your letters lined up, then, you know, take the time. It's permanent after all. I mean, you're not, you're making something that's legitimately supposed to last for a while, so. You know, and then if you know, if you're a little bit out of skew, I would say this is about an eighth of an inch out of line here with this N. You know, you just, the next letter, you just kind of rebound off of that a little bit, and you just come in and maybe go a 16th higher, or an eighth higher. But it's not a big deal. It's not. This isn't coming from China on a, you know, with a million other of these. It's one of a kind. And so be it. So here we go. There's that effort. Close enough for me at this point. So we'll let that dry, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna clear coat it before I add the Montauk Lighthouse piece. And the reason for that, I think, is obvious, is that I don't need to seal that porcelain piece, so I do not want to get the sealant on that. So we'll spray it after it dries, and we'll come back and finish this thing up. By the way, before I do that, while it's drying, you know, point of personal privilege or preference, you know, any smudges like this that occur when making something, even a little bit of this underneath the letters, I can get those off, but I choose not to. You know, it's not a power trip. It's just, it makes it look more handmade. It's honest. It is what it is. And, you know, if somebody's going to buy this or enjoy it, well, then enjoy the piece for what it is. I'm not, you know, once again, there's not a computer spitting this stuff out. This is one-of-a-kind stuff. Anyway, I think I thought I'd share that because, you know, some people have asked in the past, you know, why are you leaving imperfections, and, you know, maybe some things are just a little bit off. And, well, it's a little bit off. That's the deal. All right, just wanted to give you a quick look at it. It's just a clear poly Minwax gloss finish I'm putting on here very slowly. This wood is fairly dry and very thirsty, so just going to take my time with the grain, of course, and you know, stuff like this is something that, you know, one of the reasons I make these videos is that anybody can do this, and it's inexpensive. If you're looking for a hobby, something to do, a reason to get out of the house, a reason to work on your porch, on your deck, in the garage, in your basement, go out and garage sale a little bit, and, you know, just find interesting stuff for a couple of bucks, or free, or pay up for something you just fall in love with, and then you can make something out of it, and, you know, make it an heirloom, make it something that can be passed down, or, I guess like me, something that you occasionally can sell. That's fun too, and rather rewarding when people like your stuff. But more importantly, it's, you know, it's just getting used to, you know, what works well together. But it's, as you're seeing, this is about low tech as you're gonna see. So anyway, I just figured I'd share that. So let's let this dry, and we'll jump right back in. By the way, I almost forgot. This Minwax here, it probably would cost, if I can get it in frame, I don't know, 13, 14, 15 bucks in the store. I got that in a crate full of paint and finishes at a garage sale, and they were more than happy to give me the entire crate for 10 bucks. So once again, that's another thing that this channel is all about, is you know, if you're going to be doing stuff like this, you know, I'm not saying you should load your garage up with, or your storage area up with tons of stuff you may never use, but if you think you might ever use it, I mean, it's such a no-brainer. I have 4 of these spray cans behind me here, just all sorts of stuff that I'll go through, that it's probably in the end $250 worth of stuff, you know, for 10 bucks, and they're happy, I'm happy, no negotiation. Rarely will I do that, but this is a channel about finding stuff inexpensively and repurposing, so I did want to share, you know, that story on this this poly. So all right, let's let this dry again, and we'll be back. Okay, cool. So we are all dry now, stained up, sanded the edges a little bit extra just to give them some definition. And before I glue or adhere this Montauk lighthouse piece on, I can't resist putting something on the reverse. No reason not to. It takes 2 seconds. So I'm just going to put a simple anchor. A little anchor back here. Kind of guess at where center would be. So just a little extra. So when somebody flips it over, gives it some more character, a little more nautical flair, so to speak. No big deal. All right, so I'll let that dry, and then I'm going to glue this, and we'll come back and do some finishing touches or whatever else we decide to do. Otherwise, we're almost done. Okay, so we're all attached now. We're all set, glued on. Montauk Lighthouse. This is kind of really the epitome of keeping it simple, which is actually great, especially in making signs, because you can't really fit all that many letters on one. So yeah, it's now ready for mounting. It has the wire on there, and listen, we're good to go. So thanks for joining us. Subscribe if you'd like. Thumbs up if you like this kind of stuff. And we'll see you next time. Rusty Dusty Picker.